Have you ever looked in the mirror and thought, why do I suddenly feel so different, even though nothing in my life has really changed? Maybe your energy has dropped out of nowhere. Maybe your sleep feels broken, your emotions feel heavier, or your body just doesn't respond the way it used to. And here's the part almost nobody talks about: for millions of women, these changes begin years before menopause officially starts. Quietly. Slowly. Silently. In fact, experts estimate that hormonal shifts can begin up to 10 years before menopause, affecting mental health, cardiovascular health, metabolism, immunity, and emotional well-being long before most women realize what's happening. That's why so many women end up blaming stress, aging, or even themselves. The scary part is that many early menopause symptoms don't look hormonal at all. They look like burnout, anxiety, brain fog, weight gain, poor sleep, mood swings, low motivation. A woman can spend years trying stricter diets, harder workouts, supplements, or endless cups of coffee without realizing her body is actually asking for support in a completely different way. And honestly, modern life makes it even worse. Chronic stress, lack of sleep, processed food, overstimulation, and non-stop pressure quietly intensify hormonal imbalance, making healthy living feel almost impossible sometimes. No wonder so many women feel disconnected from themselves during this stage. But here's the powerful truth most people never hear: your body is not betraying you. It's communicating with you. Those silent changes are often early signals that your body needs a new approach to self-care, stress reduction, nutrition, improved sleep, and emotional balance. Once a woman understands what these signals actually mean, everything starts making more sense. The exhaustion feels less confusing. The emotional swings feel less scary. The physical symptoms stop feeling random. And instead of fighting against her body, she finally learns how to work with it in a way that supports long-term well-being and quality of life. In this video, you're going to discover the early signs of menopause most women completely overlook, the hidden hormonal shifts affecting your body behind the scenes, and the simple lifestyle changes that can help you feel more energized, emotionally balanced, and in control again. By the end of this, you'll understand why your body has been sending these silent signals, and more importantly, what you can actually do to start feeling like yourself again. Most women expect menopause to show up like a loud alarm bell, but the truth is way sneakier than that. The body usually whispers long before it screams. 1 month she feels more tired than usual, the next she notices her sleep is off, her stress levels feel higher, and suddenly her favorite jeans fit differently even though nothing major changed. These early shifts often start in the late 30s or early 40s, sometimes even earlier, and they can quietly affect well-being, emotional health, and overall quality of life before a woman even realizes hormones are involved. That's what makes this stage so confusing. It doesn't look dramatic at first. And honestly, that's exactly why so many women ignore it. One of the first things that changes is energy production inside the body. Estrogen doesn't just affect reproduction, it influences cardiovascular health, immunity, metabolism, brain chemistry, and even stress reduction. When estrogen starts fluctuating, the body may react with random fatigue, dizziness, headaches, or that weird "I'm exhausted even after sleeping" feeling. A woman might drink coffee all day thinking she's just busy or burned out, while her hormones are quietly shifting behind the scenes. Studies from organizations like the North American Menopause Society show that hormonal fluctuations can begin years before periods officially stop, which explains why so many symptoms feel disconnected at first. And the wild part? Sleep problems are usually one of the earliest silent clues. Sleep disruption during early menopause isn't always obvious either. It can look like waking up at 3 a.m. for no reason, feeling overheated at night, or suddenly becoming a light sleeper after years of sleeping like a rock. Poor sleep affects mental health, healthy weight loss, disease prevention, and even self-care habits because exhausted people naturally make different choices during the day. For example, a woman who used to enjoy physical exercise after work may now skip workouts because she feels drained before dinner. Then the lack of movement increases stress hormones even more, creating a cycle that feels impossible to explain. Many women blame aging alone, but aging isn't always the full story. There's another silent layer happening underneath the surface that most people never connect until much later. What makes this phase emotionally difficult is that many women start questioning themselves before questioning their hormones. They wonder why they suddenly feel less patient, less motivated, or emotionally off despite living the same lifestyle. A healthy living routine that worked for years may suddenly stop working the same way, which can feel frustrating and honestly kinda scary. Some women notice they need more recovery after workouts, more mindfulness practices to stay calm, or a more balanced diet just to feel normal again. And once emotional shifts begin showing up alongside physical ones, the picture becomes even more surprising, because the next signs often appear in places most women never expect at all. Hormonal changes before menopause rarely happen all at once, and that's exactly why they're so easy to dismiss. One week a woman feels totally fine, and the next she's irritated by tiny things that normally wouldn't bother her at all. Then suddenly her skin feels drier, her cravings get intense, or she starts gaining weight around her stomach even though her eating habits haven't changed much. These shifts are often tied to fluctuating estrogen and progesterone levels, two hormones deeply connected to metabolism, cardiovascular health, emotional balance, and even immunity. The body is basically recalibrating itself in real time, but because the symptoms come and go, many women think they're just having a rough month. That misunderstanding keeps thousands of women stuck in confusion for years. One silent change that almost nobody talks about is how hormones affect blood sugar and hunger signals. A woman who once skipped breakfast without a problem may suddenly feel shaky, anxious, or exhausted if she waits too long to eat. She may crave sugar at night or feel intense energy crashes in the afternoon, especially during stressful periods. Research has shown that hormonal fluctuations can increase cortisol sensitivity, making stress reduction much harder than before. That's why small habits suddenly matter more. Something as simple as adding protein-rich breakfasts like eggs, Greek yogurt, or oatmeal with chia seeds can help stabilize mood and energy throughout the day. And honestly, most women are shocked when they realize their lack of discipline was actually their hormones asking for support. Another overlooked sign is how the body begins responding differently to physical exercise and recovery. Workouts that once boosted energy may now leave her feeling inflamed, sore, or completely wiped out the next day. Some women even stop exercising because they assume they're becoming lazy or out of shape, when in reality their nervous system is under more pressure than before. Experts in preventive medicine now emphasize recovery-focused movement during early menopause, including walking, strength training, stretching, yoga, and lower-impact routines that support healthy living without overloading the body. Even a simple 30-minute walk after dinner has been linked to better sleep, improved emotional health, and healthier insulin response. And the crazy part is, many women keep pushing harder instead of realizing their bodies are asking for a different strategy. The emotional effects of these hormonal shifts can become even more confusing because they don't always look emotional at first. Sometimes it appears as brain fog, forgetfulness, lack of motivation, or feeling disconnected from things that once brought joy. A woman may walk into a room and completely forget why she went there, or feel overwhelmed by tasks she used to handle easily. That's when self-care stops being a luxury and starts becoming survival. Simple practices like mindfulness, magnesium-rich foods, improved sleep routines, and reducing overstimulation can make a huge difference over time. But the next phase gets even more unexpected, because some of the strongest menopause symptoms don't begin in the body at all, they begin in the mind. One of the biggest misconceptions about menopause is that it's only physical, when honestly, some of the hardest symptoms happen inside the mind. Many women expect hot flashes, but they don't expect to suddenly feel emotionally overwhelmed by everyday life. A woman who has always been calm and patient may notice herself getting irritated in traffic, crying during commercials, or feeling anxious over things that never used to bother her. These emotional shifts can feel deeply personal, which is why so many women blame themselves instead of recognizing the hormonal connection. Estrogen plays a huge role in mental health because it helps regulate serotonin and dopamine, the same brain chemicals connected to mood, motivation, and emotional stability. When those levels fluctuate, emotional balance can start feeling unpredictable almost overnight. Brain fog is another silent symptom that catches women completely off guard. It's not just forgetting small things once in a while, it can feel like the brain suddenly moves slower than before. A woman may lose her train of thought mid-sentence, forget appointments she normally would remember easily, or struggle to focus during conversations or work meetings. This can become especially frustrating for women balancing careers, parenting, relationships, and self-care all at the same time. According to menopause specialists, chronic stress combined with hormonal shifts can amplify cognitive fatigue dramatically, especially when sleep quality starts declining too. That's why improved sleep becomes one of the most powerful tools for protecting emotional health and quality of life during this stage. And surprisingly, some of the biggest mental improvements often come from small daily adjustments rather than extreme changes. For example, women who reduce late-night screen time, walk outside in the morning sunlight, and limit caffeine after 2 p.m. often notice major improvements in anxiety and sleep within weeks. Practices connected to mindfulness and stress reduction, like journaling, breathwork, prayer, yoga, or even 10 quiet minutes without notifications, can calm the nervous system more than most people realize. Some women also benefit from nutritional support like omega-3 foods, leafy greens, magnesium, and hydration because the brain becomes more sensitive to deficiencies during hormonal transitions. And here's something most people never hear: emotional symptoms are often stronger in women who keep ignoring exhaustion and pushing through stress nonstop. The body eventually forces attention when it feels unheard. That's why emotional changes during menopause are not weakness, they're information. What makes this phase especially isolating is that many women look fine on the outside while silently struggling inside every single day. Friends, family members, and even doctors may overlook the connection because the symptoms seem random at first. One day it's anxiety, the next it's low motivation, poor sleep, or sudden emotional sensitivity. This uncertainty can slowly chip away at confidence and well-being if a woman doesn't understand what's happening inside her own body. But emotional symptoms are only one part of the picture. In many cases, the body also starts sending physical warning signs in places most women would never think to connect to menopause, and some of them are surprisingly easy to miss until they become impossible to ignore. Most women expect menopause symptoms to be obvious, but some of the earliest physical signs are so subtle they get brushed off for years. A woman may suddenly notice her joints feel stiff in the morning, her skin looks thinner, or her hair sheds more in the shower than it used to. Others experience bloating, heart palpitations, dry eyes, gum sensitivity, or random body aches that seem to come out of nowhere. Because these symptoms don't immediately scream hormones, many women assume they're simply aging badly or dealing with stress. But estrogen affects almost every system in the body, including cardiovascular health, bone strength, circulation, hydration, immunity, and inflammation levels. Once hormones begin fluctuating, the body starts communicating through small physical changes long before menopause officially arrives. One hidden sign that surprises many women is increased inflammation. Foods that never caused issues before may suddenly trigger bloating, fatigue, or sluggishness the next day. Recovery after physical exercise may feel slower, especially after intense workouts, poor sleep, or stressful weeks. Some women even wake up feeling sore despite doing nothing physically demanding. Preventive medicine specialists often explain that fluctuating estrogen can make the body more sensitive to inflammatory triggers, which is why nutrition becomes more important than ever during this phase. Simple changes like reducing ultra-processed foods, increasing protein intake, eating anti-inflammatory foods like salmon, berries, olive oil, and leafy greens, and staying hydrated can noticeably improve energy and well-being within weeks. The body isn't betraying her, it's asking for a different kind of support now. Another physical symptom that often gets ignored is sudden weight redistribution. Many women notice weight gathering around the waistline even when the scale barely changes. This shift can feel incredibly frustrating because old methods for healthy weight loss may stop working the same way they did in the past. A woman might cut calories harder, do extra cardio, or skip meals completely, only to feel more exhausted and stressed afterward. What many experts now recommend instead is focusing on muscle preservation, blood sugar balance, and sustainable healthy living habits rather than extreme dieting. Strength training 2 or 3 times a week, increasing daily walking, prioritizing sleep, and eating balanced meals with fiber and protein often create better long-term results than punishing workout routines. And honestly, this realization changes everything for many women emotionally. Then there are the physical signs women almost never connect to menopause at first, like increased sensitivity to noise, dizziness, tingling sensations, headaches, itchy skin, or feeling overheated in normal temperatures. Some women even develop anxiety after experiencing heart flutters or chest tightness, fearing something serious is wrong. While it's always important to rule out medical conditions, hormonal fluctuations can absolutely influence these sensations too. The difficult part is that many women try to power through these symptoms alone without adjusting their routines, stress levels, or self-care habits. But once a woman understands how deeply lifestyle affects hormonal balance, she begins to realize something empowering. Small daily choices can dramatically change how her body feels during this transition. And that's where the next step becomes incredibly important. One of the most powerful things a woman can realize during early menopause is that her body is not working against her, it's asking for a new rhythm. Tiny daily habits that once seemed optional suddenly become essential for emotional health, improved sleep, stress reduction, and overall well-being. The good news is that relief often starts with surprisingly simple adjustments instead of extreme overhauls. Many women notice meaningful improvements after focusing on hydration, consistent sleep schedules, balanced nutrition, and gentler forms of physical exercise that support the nervous system instead of exhausting it. And honestly, this is where many women finally stop feeling powerless. Because once the body starts receiving the support it actually needs, the changes can feel almost shocking in the best way possible. Sleep is usually the first area that deserves attention because poor sleep affects everything else: mood, cravings, immunity, energy, focus, and even cardiovascular health. Women who begin protecting their nighttime routine often experience major improvements within a few weeks. That can mean lowering room temperature, avoiding heavy meals late at night, reducing alcohol, limiting screen exposure before bed, and keeping consistent sleep hours even on weekends. Some women also benefit from calming nighttime habits like magnesium supplements, herbal tea, reading, light stretching, or mindfulness exercises before bed. According to sleep researchers, improving sleep quality alone can lower cortisol levels, improve emotional stability, and support healthier metabolism over time. And once sleep improves, many other symptoms begin calming down almost automatically. Nutrition also becomes incredibly important during this transition, but not in the perfect diet way social media often pushes. The goal isn't restriction, it's stability. A balanced diet rich in protein, healthy fats, fiber, colorful vegetables, and anti-inflammatory foods can support hormones, healthy weight loss, brain health, and disease prevention all at once. For example, meals built around eggs, salmon, chicken, Greek yogurt, avocados, berries, nuts, beans, and leafy greens often help women maintain steadier energy and fewer cravings throughout the day. Many women also notice less bloating and more mental clarity after reducing ultra-processed snacks and excessive sugar intake. The body becomes more responsive to nourishment during menopause, which means small food choices can create surprisingly big emotional and physical shifts over time. And maybe the most overlooked change of all is learning to stop treating rest like laziness. Women who constantly stay in go mode often experience stronger symptoms because chronic stress places extra pressure on already fluctuating hormones. That's why self-care during menopause isn't selfish, it's part of preventive medicine. Daily walks, sunlight exposure, strength training, prayer, journaling, breathing exercises, therapy, social connection, and moments of quiet can genuinely help regulate the nervous system and improve quality of life long term. A woman does not need to become a completely different person to feel better, she simply needs to work with her body instead of fighting against it. And once she understands that, she starts seeing menopause less as an ending, and more as the beginning of a healthier, stronger, more self-aware chapter of life. Now you can probably see something most women spend years trying to understand: your body was never turning against you. Those silent changes, the exhaustion, the mood swings, the brain fog, the sleep problems, the stubborn weight changes, the emotional ups and downs, were signals. Quiet messages asking for balance, support, and a new approach to healthy living. And once you stop fighting your body and start listening to it, everything begins to change. Little by little, your energy improves, your emotional health feels steadier, your sleep gets deeper, and your quality of life starts coming back in ways that feel real and sustainable. The most important thing is this: menopause is not the end of vitality, beauty, strength, or confidence. In many ways, it can become the beginning of a healthier and more self-aware chapter of life. A chapter where self-care matters more than perfection. Where stress reduction becomes just as important as productivity. Where mindfulness, balanced nutrition, movement, and preventive medicine stop being extras and become tools for protecting your well-being long-term. And honestly, many women say they feel emotionally stronger after learning how to finally care for themselves in a deeper way. So now the real question becomes, what signs has your body been trying to show you lately? Have you been ignoring exhaustion? Pushing through stress non-stop? Telling yourself that feeling off is just part of getting older? Because the sooner you understand what your body needs, the sooner you can begin feeling better physically, mentally, and emotionally. Your future health is being shaped by the small choices you make every single day, the sleep you protect, the food you eat, the movement you choose, and the way you care for your mind and body when nobody else is watching. And if this video helped you understand your body in a new way, make sure you subscribe right now and turn on notifications so you don't miss tips that could transform your health forever. There's so much more to learn about hormones, mental health, nutrition, disease prevention, emotional balance, and healthy aging, and the more you understand your body, the more power you have to protect your future well-being. Remember how confusing all these symptoms felt at the beginning? Now you know your body wasn't failing you, it was trying to guide you.